On everybody, this is Jimmy, and this is the new Arkz Hauntz experience. This is a experience where you can don't or you can purchase the viewing rights to go through all of the Arkz Hauntz mazes that he has created up until this point. I will be curious, since he has done this, if he has updated any of the actual mazes or if this is all part of him opening this up. This was really an idea that I told him after he made the mazes that we will do last year. Like, you should really, like, even if it's to charge, you should allow people to go through these year round. And so he's combined ones that he had off, ones that he has decided to combine from his Arkz Hauntz event. Obviously, this one is based on the Clown's 3D maze. So one thing, I don't know if it's the screen. This has always been, if you had to pick a weaker maze, it would be this one, but this one is pretty good. Through some clown in cages as people are throwing up in the bathroom here. This is different. I don't remember this at all being like toxic clowns or whatever. This room is always pretty dope. Turn around here and you'll see, like, pretty wild. He's definitely improved. Like, look at the texturing on the walls and everything. Like, it just looks like that house. He definitely changed the look. If that is really Sweet Licks, now it has changed. So that's one thing, man. In doing this, Arkz Hauntz does not have like a scare zone now. So it doesn't have really a scare zone per se, but we are now going into the Shining. This was one of the good ones from Arkz Hauntz this year. But even with that, he has reworked this one already. It's one thing again about the screen that I'm using or what with Roblox, I don't know. You can only look up for so long or for so much. So some of the stuff you got to kind of double back on. That right there. We saw Jack pop out, but we almost missed him. Shit. Room 237. This is a new scene. Wow. More blue hole scares. Jack. The hag. The elevator scene. Now into the gold room we go. There's the bear. This is pretty cool, man. And he's like I keep saying, but it seems like he's definitely reworking these, cleaning them up, or what have you, to making them really the best that they've ever been. This is really, really good.
Here's Johnny.
Like, how do you only nominate one of these for year-round haunt attraction? Answer is you probably don't. You probably do more. Like, even so, when you take the backstage tour at HHN, they tell you that kind of floor material means that they're going to use water. So here that they're using snow. Now, Danny, it's the last scare. Next, we're going to do Beetlejuice. All right, we are now in line for a maze that you have seen us on our channel do multiple times, but we just love it so much. Beetlejuice, man, the Arkz Hauntz Beetlejuice maze. What he does here is so good and so true to Halloween Horror Nights. It is wild. So I'm really stoked here to have Arkz Hauntz to be able to do this maze all the time now, especially with the HHN vault being closed. And check it out, man. Like, there he is, like he was. Into the Neverworld. This room is kind of dark right now. I wonder if he's not done doing the waiting room or something. It looked very dark. This is a little bit different than normal. Lighting effect has been really improved. That's cool.
I got a car here somewhere. Who do I have to kill?
That looks pretty cool. Into Dante's. This whole scene, I never understood why they were upside down in the either in the maze in this one or in the HHN one. I don't get why they're upside down. They're not upside down in the end or in the movie. It's weird. Okay, so last year, one that never worked properly was Texas. So this maze never fully worked like it should have at Arkz Hauntz, at least the nights that we attended Arkz Hauntz, it never did. So I am stoked to see this thing. Every time you tried to do this maze during the haunt season, it would take you back to The Shining. So the fact that we're seeing this, and there's Leatherface. The fact that we're seeing this now. Damn, this is pretty. Just moving through the Sawyer plantation house, and there's his grandpa. Leatherface with his chainsaw. Like, this is a really good haunted house, actually. Damn, and there he is again. Now he's carving someone up. Now are we behind the red door like in the Halloween Horror Nights house? Like in the garage or something. There's just bodies and meat hanging everywhere. This is gnarly. Now we're outside and it's raining on us. That's pretty wicked. Grandpa and Leatherface outside the house there. One final look. This is, I think, one of, if not my favorite house, man. This has been pretty rad. And we're not even done. We're now going into the barbecue gas station, which is the facade for the house at HHN 30. Shocked up. Damn, another table kill. This is gnarly, dude. Through the graveyard. And now into a barn with the title card. Wow. Next, we're going through a new maze based on the Home Alone franchise. This was awesome. Now in line for this new maze. I know nothing about this maze, man. I only know that it's called Home Alone, and I would assume by looking at the house that looks like the McAllister's house that it's loosely based on the film. Here we go. Oh shit, the kid like stabbed some dude brutally. Now into the kitchen. shot that guy with a shotgun. This is like Saw meets Home Alone or something. Like he's killing all his whole family with all the traps. Damn. He's home alone. This is wild, by the way. But he's home alone because he's killing his family, not because they left him home alone. Or maybe this is like a punishment for leaving him home alone. I don't know. Like up in the attic. It looks like Marv. I wonder where Harry is. I'm sorry, but is that Harry? I think Marv is Joe Pesci was Harry.
Well, you have to pay for your pizza, sir.
I thought he was going to do the filthy animal thing there. There it is. Now going into another new maze that he opened like 80% of the way through Arkz Hauntz this past year. This was pretty rad. We never actually videotaped it. Dollhouse of the Damned from HHN. This is creepy already, man. This song is creepy as hell. Wild. Bathroom has drawings all over it. The dude had like a sledgehammer or something. This would be a good, the Deadly Dollies maze that won Best Maze of Haunt season. I want to see Deadly Dollies versus this maze. This is pretty gnarly. Or like in a factory or something, if you're listening on the podcast now. And It's just blood and what looks like a haunted house and dead bodies and creepy people. Like, this is right up there with Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me. Wild. And now walking into what was my favorite maze of haunt season, without question, this year, The Haunting of Hill House from Arkz Hauntz. It didn't win. It didn't even come, I want to say, close to winning. But it was my favorite maze of the year. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that this was my favorite IP maze of the year on either coast. But I loved this maze. And will continue to love this maze, man. So far we've seen none of the, and now there he is, Bowler Hat Man. And Olivia at the top of the stairs there. Dancing now. Who soon becomes the bent neck lady now. Tell you what, for this being my favorite of haunt season, I think I like Texas Chainsaw and Deadly Dollies more now. Improved that room a lot. It ends at Nell's funeral. That was always weird. Okay, so here's what the actual interface of this thing looks like. So when I say there's not an actual scare zone, you can see that he took like his Horror Nights icon scare zone there and just is kind of letting video of it play out. Director, storyteller, with the pumpkin guy there in the background. That's kind of cool. But this is what it looks like now. So for Express, you can get it for 150 unlimited. So pretty much a season pass of this game for 500, or they're $10 per ticket. The first time you play, you have 4 tickets to play with. So, um, there it is. The first time that you ever log on. So there's 4 to do. If I was going to rank them, I think I would probably rank it Texas Chainsaw number 1, Dollhouse 2, Hill House 3, Shining 4, Clowns 5, Beetlejuice 6, Home Alone 7. Maybe actually Home Alone 6, Beetlejuice 7 now, which is crazy. He did some changes to Beetlejuice. I'm not sure were for the better. So I'll be curious to see if he needs to like brighten Beetlejuice up again. It's very dark right now. Uh, but overall, man, these are some awesome mazes. I'm stoked. I'll be even more stoked if he adds to them, like to this, like if he adds another maze to this. He had a Halloween maze that he had just out. He should add that. He did Slaughter Cinema before. He should add that. Like now you're at 9 mazes total on this server. Like that'd be crazy. Hopefully he does. That'd be awesome. Anyway, Arkz Hauntz will link this in the show notes and everything.